01205.
World Kenpo Championships take place in Ireland this weekend for the very first time. Some serious athletes here, some serious performers and practitioners of the art. No punches being, well, one or two being pulled there perhaps for safety reasons and for reasons best known to the lads. We are delighted, by the way. It is an honour for Irish karate and Irish Kenpo karate to have Grandmaster Tatum from California with us this morning. Thank you for coming to Ireland. Thank you for bringing the championships here as well.
Thank you very much. It's my 7th time in Ireland. I think that qualifies me as almost Irish.
Absolutely, right? And you're here for St. Patrick's Day as well.
That's correct,
so,
that's right.
So that was good. Tell me a little bit about Kenpo, because Ed Parker is widely credited with bringing and modernising Kenpo in America.
That's correct. Well, basically, Kenpo became very popular because you could take the art and tailor it to the individual. Because certain moves that work well for somebody else, that same move cannot work the same for someone else. So you have to rearrange it to fit every other person.
So that's great then, because people of all sizes and gender and age can take it up.
Absolutely, and it's a style that's built on logic. So things that you are taught are things that can work in modern day situations.
And the World Championships then taking place in Ireland over the weekend. How many contestants and how many athletes have we seen from different countries coming in, do we know?
Oh gosh, we have over 1,000 contestants, and there'll probably be about 2,000 or 3,000 spectators. We have people from 12 different countries, and this is the first time in Ireland for this event.
And I can see that the local guys here are thrilled and honoured to have it, and it should be a smashing event in the National Arena in Tallaght this weekend. Tell me a little bit about how long it would take for somebody to start, who starts and takes up Kenpo. How long do they have to practice before they can achieve sort of black belt or senior status?
Well, black belt status usually is achieved anywhere from 3.5 to 4 years. Okay, it's quite a lengthy syllabus, but you know, you don't have to be a black belt to be able to use this, because it is so practical that if I teach you a technique right now for a certain situation, you could use it this day. Absolutely.
Excellent. Now, you've worked with some of the leading movie stars in your time. You've been advising on a lot of movies as well. Tell us a little bit about the glamour side of the business.
Oh, the glamour side of the business. What's interesting, because I live in California, and I teach a lot of movie stars, producers, and directors. Sidney Poitier was one of my students. Excellent. And as a tremendous actor, he had a tremendous force to him, and so he's very powerful, and he learned it fast early on.
Stuff. It's always good to get a student like that. Talk us through some of the moves here now that we're seeing at the moment.
Well, these are defensive and offensive moves, and they're anywhere from striking moves to joint manipulations. And what they try to do is keep their opponent under control while at the same time they're striking them. You might say that we control all dimensions of our opponent, what we call height, width, and depth. And the fourth dimension is time, so that Kenpo uses circular movements, linear movements, hands and feet simultaneously, from grabs to locks and holds, you name it. It covers the full spectrum.
That was fairly impressive looking slap. That was thrown there. And finally, Grandmaster, a little bit about the children at risk that you've set up at home, because it's always great to see somebody who's achieved so much in their business putting something back into the community.
Well, it's important. Years ago, about 8 years ago, I started a program called Kids at Risk, and I go to the foster homes where these children are taken out of bad situations, family environments, and by the courts they're forced to stay in a foster home until they're 18. And many of these kids, we bring them back into the karate studio so that they rebuild their self-esteem, confidence, and they begin to trust adults again. And one little boy said one night, I prayed all night long I could take karate, and he said, here I am. And we get some children that are pretty bad off, but we try to rebuild them, and that's makes it all worth our while. Well,
congratulations, keep up the good work, and continued success for Kenpo Karate. Good luck with the World Championships this weekend.
Oh, thank you very much.
Grandmaster Tatum there from California, and some members and some participants in the World Championships taking place in the National Basketball Arena in Tallaght this coming weekend. Now let's go back inside the studio.
Now in just a few minutes, how to get lucky on the last day.